So just like anything that you want to achieve, okay, it takes certain rules. Anything, whether that's relationship, whether that's fitness, whether that's business, whatever that may be, there are a set of rules that you need to follow. Now, it seems that we want to achieve these things, and especially in trading, and it seems so easy when we go across social media. And to be honest, I don't blame you. It looks really, really easy. If you used to follow my Instagram, or if you used to follow anybody's Instagram or YouTube, it looks like a few click of a buttons and you make a weekly wage within 15 minutes. But that is years and hours and months and weeks of failure after failure after failure and getting back up. Now, in today's video, as you know, I want to speak about psychology, discipline, and certain aspects and phases that you need to go through as a trader and in any walks of life. And I've got loads of these types of videos because I'm very, very passionate about this, as in relation to teaching people this and wanting people to do well. And that sounds corny, I know, and things like that. But the fact of the matter is, that's what I like doing. So I was on this call yesterday with someone who signed up to the mentorship, and we spoke about 9 months ago. And he was in a place at the time where he thought he was ready, but he probably wasn't in all areas of his life. And then we said, we'll touch base again once, 6 months. We gave him some tips, and then we touch base again 6 months down the line. And then yesterday was that time where we had a good chat again. And instantly, the first thing he said to me was, Fran, remember when you were saying that I wasn't maybe in a good place, or wasn't the right time for me to pursuing something like trading? He said he was absolutely spot on, because everything else in his life was not foundational or not secure. Okay, he didn't have the foundations to make it secure for him to pursue what he needs to do. Now he's got that. He feels he's in a position to take trading on. And I must stress people that you need to be in a position to take trading on, to take this challenge. This is a life-changing career that takes a lot of work. And in this video, I just want to touch on some phases, okay? And there's 4 phases. Got that right? Sometimes I do 3, but 4 phases that I want you to concentrate on today, right? And the first thing is consistency. Now, I know what you're going to say. I've seen these videos, Fran, there are a million views, and then you get one video where there's no views, because people don't want to watch these videos and do the work, because this is the work that's needed for your success, okay? I'm telling you now, I'm a middle-aged man. I can say that I'm very proud to say that. And I've been through many, many obstacles. And if it wasn't for consistency, I would not have achieved the things that I did. And if I did more consistency, I would have achieved a lot more. So number 1 is consistency. What do I mean by consistency? It doesn't just mean, well, I might do it for a month, like everybody's in the gym now, January, and then by February, I don't see them because I didn't get results after 4 weeks. That's not consistency. Consistency is consistently turning up, doing the thing time and time again. And the only way that you do that is by wanting what you want more than what you already have. Consistency comes because the pain that you are going through at the moment is just too much. It's unbearable. It's that 9-to-5 boss telling you that you can't have a holiday when you're like, well, it's my human right to have a holiday. It's that boss telling you to send in a sick note when you want to maybe have the day off. Those are the things that are painful and you need to get away from. And that is consistency. What I find amazing about consistency, people, is people will consistently go to work of doing something that they hate. Now, you can imagine if you was consistent in something that you loved, what that would actually do for you in your life. So let's just reverse that and say, well, let's try and be consistent in the things that I like doing. And then maybe my life will start to turn around. And in trading, it's all about turning up every single day to consistently do the work on the charts. Price action, back test. Now, I'm a massive believer in forward testing. I think you should only back test for a small amount of time. And then I think you should get in the arena and forward test your strategy, because hindsight capital is an amazing thing. Why do we always say, if I only knew this 20 years ago? Well, we don't, because we don't have the ability to know that at that time, because we didn't gain the knowledge. So again, back testing is great to give you a little bit of hindsight, but for me, you've got to forward test. You've got to be in the market, you've got to be in the arena, and you've got to do what you need to do. Phase two, which then is obviously collaborated with consistency, is voluntary adversity. Voluntary adversity, okay? Now, this is the stage where people really, really become unstuck. When I say to people, I'll just go on a random half marathon. Now, I don't go running all the time. I used to go running all the time. As you get a little bit older, you don't want your knees to be struggling when you're 60 or 70. So I'm easing down on compounding and heavy jumping and running and things like that. So I'll randomly just go on a half marathon, 13 miles randomly, right? And people say, why would you do that? Because, and sometimes I do it on a Friday. Now, on a Friday, why is that? The end of the week, everybody's really happy. We might have took a payout from one of our prop firms. So we might get comfortable. The weekend, I've decided to just bring my wife and my little boy away. One of my daughters was a little bit busy getting her nails done, so she didn't come. However, on a Friday, some of the times, I'll just go on this voluntary, painful half marathon to remind myself that this is not easy and I must continue to do the work and put myself through pain. Now, voluntary adversity is many things, whether that's make sure you constantly work out. Nobody really loved working out when they first started. Now, in trading, you need to put yourself in a position where you don't want to be in, okay, to get better. You need to put yourself in a position that you don't want to be in. And that is when you want to stay in bed in the morning, and Marcus Aurelius states that very well, we all want to stay in bed. Where I'm at the moment is this huge, luxurious bed. Huge. I'm not saying that to lifestyle nonsense across social media or platforms. What I'm saying is I want to stay in that bed all day today. But I've had to get up to make a video, which is, sometimes you may not want to make the video, to then give this information to the world and for you who's watching. So small things you must voluntarily get out of bed to go and have a look at the charts, to do the thing before you go to work or on your break. Rather than having that dopamine hit, make sure you're putting yourself in a position where it's painful. Now, what I would suggest is that you have to do the reading, you have to do the TA, you have to do the homework in charting. But if you can do it in other areas of life, and fitness is obviously a key one, then it's going to obviously come over and replicate into your trading. Because I'm a massive fan, and I don't believe there's any other way, that if your life is not in order, your trading is not going to be in order. Okay, phase 2. And to add to that is, I always say this, Bedros Keuilian says this all the time, okay? Motivation is not what you need, okay? Motivation is not what you need. We're always motivated. Look at all the people in the gym this month. I actually only went to the gym once because I didn't want to go for the first 2 weeks because it would be rammed with everybody's bright ideas, and it'd be the same people that I seen last year who gave up and then they came again in January. Motivation is like a warm bath. It will go cold. That's why you're motivated to start a business. You get a website and a logo, or you're motivated to open a broker account, or you might get a combine from TopStep. Big shout out to TopStep. Okay, there is a link in the description. Go and get involved in that. And yes, that is a plug, but you don't have to buy anything to show the support for the channel. It could be anything, okay? But it's inspiration that you need. You need to be doing this for inspiration for 4, 5, 6, 10, 15, 20 years down the line. Not motivation. Motivation is all these posts you see online, winter arc for a month, and then they've got a massive belly 2 months later. It's nonsense. Get inspired to become a better person, okay? I know I can go off a little bit. I'm a little bit passionate when it comes to things like this. Number 3, I've got that right now. Number 3, delayed gratification. Wow. Boy, do I wish that I understood and broke down delayed gratification in my 20s. What do I wish this was information? It probably was around, but wow. Because delayed gratification for me is one of the biggest skills and life hacks that you can have. So what you've got investors, I wish I could have that where you invest, and now I've got better at that. But that delayed gratification is going to be a game changer for you. I'm going to tell you something. My wife has been wanting a new phone for, I have no idea. If you see my wife's phone at the time, you would be amazed. It was just hammered. The oldest iPhone I've ever seen in history. But she just wouldn't change the phone. She's like, I'm not ready. I was like, let me buy you a phone. I'll buy you a phone. I'll just give you the money to get your phone. You're my wife. No, she would not let me buy her phone. Would not let me buy her phone. I kept thinking, why does she not want me to do that? Because she wanted to use her own money to get her own phone, and she wanted to get it at the time where she really appreciated her old phone. She gets this new phone. It's on the side for 4 days before she even opens the box of a brand new phone. And I could not get my head around it. And then I was thinking, my wife is amazing at delayed gratification. So if you can bring delayed gratification into your life, and trading is the key, because when you start trading, you're not going to be profitable in 3, 4, 5, 6 months. There is a couple of students in our community who have been taking big payouts 9 months into their journey, which is rare, but it can happen. But the average person must delay gratification. I always reference the gym. If you go to the gym, you are not going to get a 6-pack within 2 months, depending on your body type. But the average person is probably not going to do it just straight out the hack. It could take 6 months. It could take 12 months of your time. So delayed gratification is going to be instant. And in trading, if you delay gratification, my friends, you are going to be singing all the way to the bank, and you are going to get the freedom that you want with no boss. And then the fourth one, it's a bit of a long video. Yep, the fourth one, I got that right as well, is purpose. If you do not have purpose, people, okay? If you do not have purpose, what's your reasoning for putting yourself through the adversity? You have none. It's just you. No one's really watching you. It's all right if I sneak if you're overweight and you sneak a cheeky cream cake in, well, it's okay. But then it compounds and compounds. But if you have a purpose, have you ever noticed people want to lose weight on their wedding, or people want to lose weight because they're going on holiday, and then when they come back on they go back to this old self? In trading, you need a purpose, because it's the hardest thing you are going to do. You are voluntarily losing money. You're going to lose money. You've got to buy books. You've got to buy mentorship. You've got to, don't get into signals and crap discourse. You've got to probably buy a course. You're going to have to buy, like say, one-on-ones. You're going to have to get into prop firms, or you're going to have your own capital. You are going to lose money along the way. Okay? You're going to lose money. And if the purpose is not there, you're just going to see it as another quick get-rich-quick scheme, like you jumped into crypto, or like you jumped into some race betting, or like you jumped into drop shipping, or the new AI platform, or some bot that said it's going to trade for you, and then you're going to move on to the next idea, and you're going to go round in a circle, which is that chasing 2 rabbits rather than the one, and you're going to be in the same spot as you are now, as you will be next year, and the year after, and the year after. Look now, and look where you was 5 years ago. You're probably doing the same thing. You can't get nowhere you need to get to, purely because you have no purpose, my friends. You need purpose along the way, okay? My purpose is my family, my wife, and I believe that universal law, God, faith, whatever it may be, will reward me for the efforts that I put in, because that's what He's done all my life. I have been rewarded for the effort that I have put in. I have not been rewarded when my ego's got in the way and I've thought I'm the best thing since sliced bread and the world revolves around me. It's all gone wrong, okay? So your purpose needs to be bigger than you. If you're thinking about you, it's probably not going to work out for you, okay? If you're a person that says, I, you're probably only going to have a limited amount of success. So the purpose is when you're coming to the charts and you're putting yourself through that adversity, there needs to be something bigger than you. Bigger than, I want a Ferrari, like all this crap you see. By the way, Ferraris are not crap. I actually love Ferraris. But what I'm saying is there needs to be bigger, because once you get a Ferrari, or once you stay in nice places, or once you get this dream woman that you want, or once you get this watch that you want, okay, the next day you want something else to fix that dopamine hit that's now been taken away. But that's different when you have a purpose, because the purpose never ends. The purpose is a continuation, okay? So in trading, and I like to speak about things that are going to relate in your life to trading. Because if we just speak about trading right here, you're probably not going to get nowhere, because there's a million videos like that. There's a million videos, but not purpose and not life experiences related to trading, okay? So number 1, consistency. Number 2, voluntary adversity. Put yourself through pain, people. Number 3, delayed gratification. And number 4, let's get that one up, purpose, my friends. Absolute purpose all the way to freedom and the life that you want. All right. As always, God bless. I'll see you on the next one.